fact that you've come here and made mention of your beautiful online business and how big your presence is online.
It's not big. It's just my outlet.
Correct. But Stella didn't come here and talk to you about her business.
I can't listen to someone just misjudging me or whatever. I just need to try and correct.
Personally, I know as a fan, when I watch reality TV, I'm trying to numb my mind. I'm trying to watch things that are just like, oh my God, how could they do that? And so the idea and the audacity to have someone come and say, I don't know whether I'm matched to a guy or a girl, and the partner not know that they're marrying someone who's bisexual. What if he didn't want to marry someone who's bisexual? Did they ask that question to him? Is my question. You could tell on his face that he was shocked. This poor man didn't know his left hand from his right hand because he couldn't believe what was happening. And yet he came in, told him that his friend had been matched, and this is why he had come into the experiment, because he had seen his friend's relationship work. Make that make sense? And then this girl and her friends, oh my God, she could have done better. Stella should have done better, because her friends are there for attention more than they are there to support her. The audacity and the idea that they would corner her husband and sort of interrogate him on wedding day doesn't make sense. Even if you play the motherly role in somebody's life, doesn't mean you should drive her life. If her mother didn't ask you to do that, why are you doing it? I didn't like it. It left such a bad taste in my mouth. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by to go Valerie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight Australia, Season 13, Episode 5. And surprise, surprise, we didn't get to see people on their honeymoons. And it makes me question, was all the drama packed into Episode 4 and so there was no drama on the honeymoons? Or what? I would have loved to see more. I really would have loved to see more of the honeymoons. Anyway, we get to see the next two couples to get married. First up, we meet Stella. She's 32. She's a beauty therapist and she's from Lithuania. Apparently, she came to Australia when she was about 23, I think she said. And so she is someone who has worked very hard to sort of be where she is. Apparently, she watched her grandmother raise 3 children after her grandpa passed away. So this is why she was driven to come to Australia and try and do better for herself, because she says the village she came from was quite rough. And so she wants a soulmate. It's like, well, okay. And she says she's craving a connection and wants someone who's kind, exercises, has family values, disciplined, and has self-development. And it's like, okay, I hope you find that in the experiment, because I would definitely want a soulmate or a partner if I'm miles and miles away from home and I don't have any other family. She's matched with Philip. He is 38. He's a carpenter, and he said he's also an online influencer, an online coach, and he's got a YouTube channel like me. Hey buddy. Anyway, so he said, his parents have been married for 40 years. They originally moved from Croatia when he was a year old, and so he used to party for quite a while, and then he looked at himself and asked himself why he was wasting his time, and so made a conscious choice to stop drinking, stop partying, and started this online coaching thing. And he also wants someone who looks after themselves, who's into fitness, whose family has great family values and has substance. I was like, if that's what he wants, it seems like Stella is it for him. They do look like a cute couple. I don't know what it will be like when they first meet. Next couple is Julia. She's 35 and she's a confidence and charisma consultant. I've never heard of that before. She says she's bisexual. She was a journalist for a while and lived in London. And then she struggled with her identity for a long time until she realized that she was bisexual. And she wants someone who knows who they are, who's emotionally intelligent and has their stuff together. And it's like, well, hopefully you find your person. She told the experts she was open to either a guy or a girl. It didn't matter who she got married to. She just wanted to meet someone nice and marry the person. And it's like, well, good luck for you. I hope they match you with a great guy. They matched with Grayson. I loved Grayson. He looks like he's got his crap together. He's 34 years old. He's a director for a recruitment agency. He said his friend met his wife on Married at First Sight. Apparently they were matched. They've been married. They've got a kid. And so he is hoping that his luck, is in his favor. He wants someone who's focused on values, is intellectual, has emotional intelligence. And so he was training to be a professional athlete in AHL. And unfortunately, because of his injuries, he wasn't able to be recruited. So he ended up sort of having to re-diversify and come up with a different plan. he had his parents there and had the conversation with his parents about the fact that he has decided to marry a stranger. They seem to be on board. They really seem to be on board. They didn't seem to have sort of any grievance with that. So I can't wait to see that. With her, with the bride, with Julia's mom, she seemed happy as well. She seemed happy. And they do look like they make a perfect match. My only question was he told that he was going to be matched with someone who's bisexual. That's what I want to know. Was Grayson told that he's going to be matched with someone who's bisexual? Because that is quite a big thing for them to do. Anyway, so they get married outside the Sydney Opera House. And it's like, wow, this is big. They are going to be given the fancy, holiday as a compensation for the fact that they matched him with someone who his sexuality didn't know. He should have told them maybe that I want someone who's straight because he says he's straight. Anyway, he walked down the aisle and the family and friends were happy because they didn't know whether, this woman Julia was marrying a man or a woman. So he walked down the aisle. Her mom was happy when she saw the groom. And then when Julia walked down the aisle, Grayson's parents were excited as well because they thought she's cute, and they both were excited. They appeared giddy. They appeared happy. And first impressions shouldn't really be banked on because you could make a great first impression, but then afterwards the crap that comes after is just a nightmare. So they exchanged their vows, and she said, I've dated different people from different flavors, and I think she was trying to sort of give him a heads up to say that I am bisexual. Grayson, I don't think he picked up on it. He was just excited that he had been matched with a great bride, and that's all he wanted. He said he was attracted to his bride. It's like, good for you. As long as you're happy, we love it for you. They had pictures. They looked like two models, like the cake topper people. That's what they looked like. I thought they made a cute couple. The sexuality thing was a problem for me. They took very cutesy pictures, which I loved because at times people are very awkward. And then they went to their reception. Their reception seemed very peaceful and calm. And you had Julia sort of questioning, when do I tell him that I'm bisexual? Until eventually she had to sort of tell him that, because the friends asked, would someone say you're easy to date? And then she said, well, I've dated both sexes. And Grayson's face, you could have taken a picture and just posted it on the wall as a surprise or as a surprise gift because he was so shocked. And I think it took him a long time to process. And then eventually he just said, I don't judge. I don't judge anyone. You do you as long as you're happy. And it's like, I wish they had told him. I really wish they had told him because what if he had given a negative reaction? What were they going to do? The problem with Grayson, I think he's physically attracted to his wife, so he's choosing to go everything else and just enjoy what's in front of him, which is really sad because hopefully this doesn't turn south and things go bad. They did take their pictures outside because they were reflecting on the reception and the wedding and how they would never forget this. And it's like, good for you. I love it for you. If you're happy, we love it. And then Stella's friends are after attention. They really are after attention. So she got ready for her wedding and she had her two friends. Well, apparently someone is a mother figure, Layla and Otasia, I think is the name. And so they were sort of hyping her up and telling her, we've got your back. We're going to look out for you and make sure that you're happy. She walked down the aisle to her husband and Philip was happy. He was happy because she did look stunning. So when they walked down the aisle, everyone was just taken aback because they was like, oh my God, they're a very beautiful couple. We love this. This is amazing. This is amazing. Even Philip's family, his mom and dad were excited and they were like, oh my God, this is beautiful. And the friend Joe, he was a bit too much. He was doing too much. It was unnecessary. Anyway, they exchanged vows and then Joe sort of spoke about himself and he said, I'm a carpenter. I'm also an online fitness coach and I've got a YouTube channel. And it's like, maybe I get where they're coming from, but maybe he thought I'd better put everything out there instead of them finding out later that I've got a YouTube channel. Then they could have used it against him. So either way, he was in a no-win situation. Either he tells her upfront and they say he's doing it for attention, or he hides it and they say he's hiding it because this is the only reason why he came. I didn't like that the friends started talking about it, Joe, immediately and telling everyone with ears to hear, oh my God, I think he's just here to be an influencer. I think he's here to be an influencer. And it's like, buddy, it's none of your business. It really is none of your business. As long as, Stella's happy, that's the important thing. Stella was happy at the reception. She was giddy. She was excited. She was saying, I love my husband. I think he looks amazing. I love the fact that his family came from Croatia. And we were all like, oh my God, this is sweet. This is amazing. They're going to make a happy couple. Then things went south. You had Joe go and confront, Philip's friends and say, your friend stood up there and told his bride that, he has got a YouTube channel. Is he here just for his YouTube channel? And like, why are you doing this? I think her friends were trying to instigate something. I'm going to say that because after this conversation, this back and forth with Philip's friends, and the friends had to sort of stick up for him and say, no, he is changed. This is part of his identity. So you can't sort of say he's doing this just to be an influencer. This is not what he's doing it. He is proud of the changes that he's made, and this is why you're here. Soon after that, they then brought out alcohol and said, part of the Lithuanian culture is you have whiskey, you have this, you have this, you have this. And he turned around, Philip, and said, no, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to drink the whiskey because at the end of the day, this goes against my values. For them to make a big deal out of it, I don't get it. What if he was an alcoholic? Who knows? So we're getting him off the bandwagon just because he said he's got a YouTube channel. I thought that was really poor taste by the family. I really thought that was poor taste by the friends. There was no need for them to try and corner somebody else and use something against them. They then eventually pulled Stella aside and told her that, we are questioning his motives because of the fact that he said he's got a YouTube channel. Just be careful. And it's like, why dampen the mood for someone's relationship? Why would you feel that was necessary? Why take someone's wedding and make it your moment and your need to sort of shine? Especially Layla and this Uncle Joe or friend Joe, their actions were unnecessary. They really were unnecessary. There was no need for them to do whatever they were trying to do. It wasn't really worth the hype. I was disappointed. I really was disappointed. Anyway, after this, you have them come back to the reception. They're just staring this man down until Layla had to pull, Philip aside and have a conversation. Oh, you look agitated. You look agitated. And it's like, what do you think, Sherlock Holmes? What do you think? How would you feel if somebody came to your wedding and told you that you're here, you're an opportunist, you're here just to find the influencer roles, and that's it. You're not here to get married. I didn't like it. I felt the friends were very insensitive of their friends' big day, and they decided to use it as their moment to shine instead of supporting their friend and making sure she was happy. So I'm very disappointed in the friends, and I can't wait to see what happens. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click on the link in my video to watch my review from episode 4. Bye guys.